Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a short but wow, incredibly powerful poem that just nails a feeling I think we all know. That very specific modern anxiety you get from a single unanswered phone call. It's a story about family, about distance, and about everything that can happen in that silence.
You know that feeling, right, where you're just staring at a dark screen, the call keeps ringing out, and your mind just starts racing? That universal feeling of waiting and wondering, well, that's the emotional engine driving this entire poem we're about to break down.
So right from the get-go, the poem lays out a problem, a question, and a massive physical distance that's separating a child from their father. It's really the perfect setup for a story about connection and disconnection.
And there it is, the central conflict, laid out perfectly. You see this child's pure admiration. Their dad is walking so tall, but it smacks right into the frustration and confusion of a silent phone. It's such a simple image, but man, is it packed with emotion.
The poem immediately paints a picture of two completely different worlds. You've got the child and Carola on one side, and on the other, their father, all the way over in Jordan. We're not talking about a missed call from across town here. This is a missed call across continents, and that huge distance just magnifies every single ounce of worry.
You can just feel the loneliness here, can't you? That phone isn't just a phone, it's stuck to my ear, like it's a physical part of their hope. And check out that word choice, disappear. It's so dramatic, which shows you that for a kid, an unanswered call doesn't just feel like someone's busy, it feels like they've vanished.
Okay, this is where things get really fascinating. We get to see where the child's mind goes to fill that silence. Because when we don't have the facts, what do? We make up stories. And this kid's stories are incredibly vivid.
Just look at this incredible journey of imagination. It starts with something pretty normal and cultural, right? Having hummus and tea. But then it jumps to something straight out of a movie, like chasing a camel in the desert. And then it lands on a fear we can all relate to from childhood, getting lost in a big shopping mall. The child is just trying on all these different scenarios, mixing the exotic with the everyday, just trying to make sense of that silence.
And this is where that worry really starts to ramp up. It's not just a passing thought anymore. It's become a desperate plea, a prayer. Every single ringtone isn't just a noise. It's a whole new cycle of hope, followed by disappointment. The emotional stakes are definitely getting higher.
The poem is so good at building this suspense. We, as the reader, are right there with the child, just wondering, what's going on? Is it something serious? Is he okay? The whole thing just hangs on this one simple, unanswered question.
All right, now we get to the big reveal. This is where that wild, worried imagination is about to collide with a much, much simpler and very modern reality.
And there it is, the big anticlimax. After all that worry, we're talking camels, getting lost, the feeling of disappearing, the real reason is just battery low, that's all. The dad probably has no idea about the massive emotional storm his kid just went through.
You know, this moment is a perfect example of what you could call the communication gap. It's that huge gulf between one person's spiraling anxiety and another person's simple, logical, and in this case, technological explanation. I think it's a feeling a lot of us know way too well in this day and age.
But here's the crucial point. Even though we have a logical answer, the poem doesn't just stop there. The emotional story isn't quite finished because, as we all know, a simple explanation doesn't always fix the feeling.
This part is so important. The child gets the reason, sure, but that feeling of being disconnected, that feeling that their dad was hiding, it's still there. The real need wasn't just for an answer to a question, it was for the connection itself. And low battery just didn't solve that core emotional problem.
And here it is, the poem's absolutely beautiful and heartfelt takeaway. The child is saying, look, our love is big enough to cross entire continents, but that huge love still depends on a very small, simple action, picking up the phone. It's such a powerful reminder that love isn't just a grand feeling. It's also a whole series of small, consistent acts.
So to wrap it all up, this short little poem takes us on a whole emotional journey. It starts with the child's distant worry, takes us through this wild, imaginative search for answers, and then we crash into a simple, technological reality. But in the end, it all lands on this enduring plea for the one thing that really matters: connection.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. This poem just perfectly captures how a tiny little technological failure can create this huge emotional gap.
It really makes you wonder, in this hyper-connected world we've built, what is the real cost of those little moments of being unreachable? What kind of anxieties are we creating for the people who love us the most?